So I'd say the first one is revolving around just my having been born where I was and in the family that I was born. Eighth grade, when drafting, because I was back in the days of drafting, my drafting teachers told my parents that he'd never seen anybody that could see in 3D more than me, and that I should pursue architectural drafting. And so throughout high school, I took every class I could possibly take in architecture or in architectural drafting. I am one of my core values is achieving. I think that's just my natural bent. I love to achieve things, so I've done a lot of different things in my life that I've had to achieve, whether it was physically or educationally. I'm still working on a PhD, just because I like to achieve things. Is working up towards VR, but you can't start with VR because you have to have all these ideas in mind, and it has to functionally work. And so I typically also try to really push the bounds of understanding the program and actually start to try to lay out things three-dimensionally, but in two dimensions. I believe that interacting with others can really help, and more as a crit, not saying, hey, let's all design it as a committee, but just like you would in school, hey, here's what I'm thinking, what do you think? And go, it doesn't seem to be coming together like in studio, but more on a formal basis. And I still do that. I try to team with other architects, which I've done quite a bit in my and I always learn from that. I like his creativity, obviously, with the chapel and with the use of materials and forms and whatnot. The idea of something not having to be this totally refined object. But I honestly just have not taken the time to study his design principles, and I'd be interested, but I just haven't taken the energy. How do you take the time to design a project that you're really proud of, and a set of working drawings that you're proud of, and still make money that you're proud of? That it seems like in practice, one of those three things is usually suffers. The recommendation is for you to be as much yourself and focused on your own education, and not being as worried about what other people think about you, or trying to meet the demands of somebody that is just some other fellow student. So I have to work harder because that person's working hard. It's just easy to get for architectural schooling to take over your life so that you have no time to do anything else. It's just not healthy. Don't undersell your value when you get out of school. Don't just take a job for $5 an hour because the guy or gal's office is a design firm. You still have value, but there's a lot of other things like that. But I'd say the most is through school, and then after school you've got to challenge yourself, or you'll get stuck in a rut somewhere, and they'll see you as the guy that does renderings. Okay, then that's all you're going to do. Or you're the guy that can do Revit or AutoCAD really well, and that's all you'll do. You've got to be challenged, or have to challenge yourself, and that's just hard to do. It takes a lot of emotional intelligence.